AI has made it ridiculously easy to build a variety of products. You can create an app, automate a bunch of things. You can even build a full business idea in minutes. But here's the problem. If you can build it easily, so can a lot of other people. So that means that competition is through the roof. It increases. And most people will fail. So how do you turn an AI built product or AI assisted product into a real business? And that's what I want to explore in this video today. AI lowers the barrier of entry, but it doesn't reduce the amount of competition. It increases the amount of competition. ChatGPT is able to create a variety of texts, whether that's fiction books, whether that's a marketing plan, or anything in between. You're going to have a flood of AI generated stories on Amazon or any other storytelling platform. You're going to have videos created fully by AI and eventually movies. You're going to have products. Yesterday alone, I was messing around with same.dev, and it's a tool that allows you to clone a whole website. You just input the URL of the website you want to clone, put it in, and boom, it'll create the clone. So I was fascinated by how it really is easy to create products in today's world, software products, and it's only going to get easier. So how do you know who's going to be a winner or which product is going to be a winner versus which product is not? And by the way, for those that are building just to have fun, like that is awesome. Definitely not discouraging that. What I'm talking about is building a business. So for the indie hackers, indie builders, people just playing around, keep playing around, keep having fun with it, because that's part of the joy of democratizing this type of technology. So the difference between a product and a business is that a product is a tool, and generally it's for when someone's building that product, right? It's either just for themselves or a small circle of people around them. But a business is about building a structure on top of that product, on top of that platform, so that it can sell it through the brand. The brand that you create will help sell that product. A product solves a single problem or a contained problem, but a business builds a system to solve problems consistently and profitably. A product could be a no-code AI website builder, but a business is a Webflow. There are not a lot, but there are a fair amount. Actually, is a growing amount of AI, no-code, low-code website builders. But what Webflow does really well is that it has a community. It's got solid marketing, strong community. It's got partnerships. They've got people, they've got customers that are happy to support Webflow. So that's where other no-code AI website builders may not. That's where they fail, or maybe it's not a competitive advantage for them because they don't have that marketing. They don't have that community, and they don't have the partnerships of Webflow. Another product example is AI generated YouTube thumbnails. There are a ton of YouTube thumbnail generators or background removers and a bunch of these single use tools. But Canva is a business. It's got a specific brand. It's got integrations that allows it to connect to other tools. It's got a whole suite of products. It's got a freemium strategy, right? That allows it to grow and continuously solve its customers' problems. If you're going to build a business, it's important to then understand what it is, what's the problem that you're trying to solve, and how do you protect your business from competitors? In other words, that's a business moat. It's a protection against other competitors so that it's a lot harder to copy you or to take you down. People nowadays, and even I want to say always, but I wasn't alive since the beginning of time. So let's just keep it to modern times. In the last 20 to 30 years, people trust brands more than they trust, right, a tool per se, because the tool is only solving a problem, but the brand is your connection to the solution. And if you know that a specific brand is their mission, they exist to solve problems that you're having, you're going to trust and you're going to feel like trusting that brand a lot more because their whole existence is based on solving your problem. So you kind of feel like they're out to make your life a little easier. So if you want to start a business and you built a product that was heavily coded or generated or assisted with AI, brand and community is one way of creating a moat around you. Whether that's building your product in public or sharing stories and fostering a community, getting your users invested, the more people participate in the creation and in the journey of your product development and your product growth, and actually, I should say your business growth, the more they'll want to root for your success, especially customers. If they can get involved and are willing to share stories and are willing to participate in a public way with you, then that's going to strengthen your brand. And it's going to signal to others like, hey, there are actually people who aren't paid to talk about this company and to use this product that actually enjoy using it. It must mean that it solves the problem and it's a good product, and the brand is a good brand to support. Another way to build the moat is customer relationships and just retention. That is plain old serving your customers and serving them well so that they stay with you. Even if you have the best community in the world, if your product is not solving the problem that your customers are paying you to solve, you won't be able to be successful and you won't be able to have a community, right? Business at its core is the exchange of value. So in today's world, we use money. Back in the day, people exchanged items in order to get the value that they needed. Therefore, if your product is not solving the problem that its customers need, customers will not be happy and they will not stay. So you may start off with charging per use, but then you may want to build a membership and a subscription model and offer some unique perks to keep people around, right? Every product is different. So membership might be right, might not be right. Charging per use might be right or may not be right. As you develop the product and as you engage in trial and error and talk to your customers, like you'll know the right pricing and membership model that works best. But the idea is that you need to understand your customers, the problem they solve, and how do you make it easy for you to be the number one solution. And then the third piece is around distribution and positioning. So it's a crowded world out on social media. Everyone's on Google ads, everyone's on YouTube ads, everyone's on social media. So how do you stand out? It really depends on your product. If you're an AI study tool, if I was a CEO of an AI study assistant or AI studying tool, I would go on the campuses of all the universities, as many universities as I can, and I would talk to people about it. And I would literally, find a respectful way of doing this, but ask them like, hey, can I show you like right now? Like go on their laptop, ask for permission, go on their laptop or ask them to type out, like just type out, mystudyai.com or mystudy.ai, whatever it is, the name of your company, and have them like get onto the page right there and see if they would use it, and do that brick by brick, person by person. Just go in the library, in the talking section. I don't know, but figure out a way. Is it the most efficient way? No, 100% no, because you're going to be spending like every minute. It's going to take you a minute to two per person, and already 30 people in 2 minutes each. That's an hour, and that's also exhausting. Is it effective? Yes. Will you be able to hear from students who are your target audience, what they like and what they don't like? Will you be able to get immediate feedback? Absolutely. And so finding unique ways to distribute your product and to position yourself is key. I'm not saying disregard the main channels like Google ads and things like that. But like I said, because it's so prevalent, how do you stand out? And that is by being unique, going on university campuses if you're a study AI tool, or going in the environment of your target audience. Where are they sitting and eating and being? And how do you talk to them? How do you get in front of them? How do you show your product to them in real time and get some feedback and have them tell you what's great? Because word of mouth is still highly effective. Everyone wants referrals from people that they trust. So if your product is the one being referred, it may take some time to grow and to build, but you'll have users that are willing to give you a chance and that will keep coming back if you're able to convince them and demonstrate that your product is actually really good. Here's what you should do to demonstrate that your product is better than others that are in the same space. And that is to show rather than telling. The internet is not a real place. And a lot of people like to make a lot of outlandish claims. That's not going to change. So you saying, or whether that's word of mouth or through social media, you saying that your product does X, Y, Z and has all these accolades and there's all these cool things, cool. You'll get people to be interested if they're having that problem and your product can solve that problem. They'll be interested. But how do you get them to convert? And the more effective way to get people to convert is to show how your product is solving the problem, whether that's through videos, whether that's like literally standing beside them and walking. How do you use your product, which is not effective, but it'll be efficient. It's not efficient, but it'll be effective. Showing people how your product works and how it is better than the others and how it is uniquely positioned to solve the problem that you have is going to get people to trust you, is going to get people to use your product, and it's going to show that you actually have something of value. So all in all, and end this video at this point here, but all in all, AI makes it really easy to create products. The companies that are going to win, the products that turn into businesses that are going to win, my hypothesis or the bet that I'm placing is that those types of companies, by default, like your product needs to work. Your software, whatever it is you're doing, that needs to work. If you're saying that you're going to remove backgrounds and you're the best background remover, you better be the best freaking background remover software. I'm using a super simplistic example, but your promise to your customers, you got to own it and you got to keep getting better at it and you got to deliver on it. But that's default. That's like step one. Other than that, if you've got 2, 3, 4, 5 others in this space that are able to do that have a software solution that can do something similar to what you do, the ones that are going to win are the ones that have strong branding, and that doesn't mean like you've got a fanciest or the coolest logo. No, it's the story around the brand. It's the mission. It's what people are saying about your brand when you're not in the room, quote unquote. How do people perceive your brand when they think about it? It's customer retention. Are customers actually enjoying your product so much that they're willing to use it again? Or are they trying it once and then going to the competitor and then going to the third competitor and going to the next competitor until they find one that actually solves their problem for them? So that's customer retention. And then distribution. Are you visible in the places and in areas where your customers are? Don't try to go somewhere where they're not and hope that they see you. Go where they are physically in the real world and in the online world so that you can capture as many people and convert. Because if you only focus on creating the best product, you're going to be replaceable. Because as soon as you release the latest model, the newest feature, the newest capability, it's not going to be long before your competitors do the same.